Welcome to the birthplace of college football. The State University of New Jersey, the campus of Rutgers and Piscataway, and we are ready for what ought to be a tremendous game today. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Got on first down, here comes this offense. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Got his man quickly. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react in plays. So this can certainly open things up later.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass, it's Raiola. They'll run the screen. After 40, there he goes. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see it, when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back in the play. Nice job by the offense. The defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
And the Huskers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nebraska! And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Feeling some heat. Quarterback moving. Pulls it in. It's Douglas. And he's dragged down. You know, we joked that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Trying to power it in. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, I like the call. 3rd inches, I feel like I can get a few inches. I just need to fall forward, but this defense more than ready for the quarterback sneak.
I think it's a play.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Husker. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Off play action. Snagged in the middle. It's Douglas. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Give to the running back. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. The Huskers are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Firing to the right, complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. And they get to him just before he scores, run out of bounds at the 1.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both the...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Makes the catch. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll... Here.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
The Cornhuskers will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Make sure he... The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Now the play fake. And that pass is intercepted. Touchdown, Scarlet. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Wants to throw. It's Raiola. He's going to throw deep right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Huskers will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's brought down. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Coleman. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on 1st down, 1st and 10. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now. You expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. They'll leave it with the lone back. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Right back to him on the ground. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. The Huskers decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And they'll just down it right there. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like going for the big play. And he makes the catch inside the 25.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. The give to the back. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down marker.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find...
Touchdown, Nebraska! And with that one, they jump on top here. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Cornhuskers will punt it away on fourth down. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's... And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Pocket starts to collapse. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack.
And the ball is free on the pitch. Defense coming up with a huge... He's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. So he took it. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Trying to find his man on first down. He's got his man. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays on the field.
And here comes the offense on second down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these first downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football's a game of inches, and you just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them out.
Leaves it with the running back. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
You know a field goal can tie the game right now. You have to at least give yourself a chance to do that. So I don't mind maybe taking some shots, but every time you drop back, you're risking taking a sack. You've got to dial up plays right now, I think, that are high percentage throws. You've got to run the football to at least give yourself an opportunity to push this game into OT.
Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this third and short. Tackled after picking up the first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
They'll try the run. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want... everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. We're getting deep in the game, and this is for the lead. Nerves of steel, right down the boulevard on the game-winning chip shot.
28.
That's the entire scenario you build up in your head in the backyard. Final drive, everything on the line, and you get the W.
So dang cool. How many times did you do it in your backyard just like that, like you're talking about, Reese, making the play to win the game on the final drive when your team needed it the most, Jesse, just coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, as players, you love this, and that's why you rep it in practice throughout the week, these 2-minute type situations late in games. What are you going to dial up? What can you go execute? What can you lean on in order to get the W here? Great job by the offense.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.